as I've said, we're now going to have a look at links. Nothing again too complicated about links. Mainly remembering the command, it took me ages. It's only 4 letters long, and yet I could never remember how to spell the darn thing. But anyway, you'll understand what I mean. I'll just load you the example page first. I've got a web page. I click me, and as you can see, it opens up nice and easy in this new page. Let's have a look, shall we? Oh, and as you can see, it's actually opening up our previous page on the font style. So we'll actually have a look at this. Basically, I'm going to take this bit out for now. We'll have a look at that in a minute. But a link is done with the A tag. It's done with the A tag with a bit more in it. Our link is A. We need to actually say what our link is going to be. So we go, hey ref, H-R-E-F. That's why I can never remember it. It's not a proper word. And hyperrelative. Oh, I'm just trying to think of what it could mean. And to be honest, I don't got a clue. I don't know what they were thinking when they thought of that phrase, but anyway, that's besides the point. So here we have our tag A and then heyref. The heyref bit is our source. What are we linking to? What page? Now you'll notice something here. I've got font, so I've got equals, and then inside the speech marks I've got font %20 styles.html. That %20 is basically one of those. Now I'm actually not sure if this will work as such. Let me try this. Probably will, to be honest. Yes, it does. You'll find sometimes you can have problems if you have a space bar in. It very rarely happens, but I have had problems. So normally you find that instead of a space, they represent it by a percentage sign and 20, and that is the representation of a space. Your alternative is don't have spaces in your web links. But there we go, that's just another thing. So what we have, as I've said, is that's our link. That's where we're linking to. Now outside our heyref bit, outside the actual tag, there's our closing tag bit, I put click me. That's the actual name of your link. So you can put whatever you wish in here, and that will be underlined because that is actually your link that you're going to click on. And then finally we have a tag which is a /A, and that is closing our link. Any text we put in between here and here will be underlined and classed as a link. So as you can see, it says click me, and that is the basics of a link. So if I save this, you'll see that if I run the page, it comes up with click me. I'll just rescale this. If I click me, it opens up like so. However, let's say you didn't want it to open up in the same window. That's where that bit of code I put in a minute ago helps. What you do is you go A space and then you type in target and you set it to equal /blank. That will make it open in a new page, and that's all it does. So if I save this now, let's refresh this. I'll go back, refresh it, click on it. Oh, nothing happened. Forgot to save. It does help. Refresh it, click on it, and as you can see, it opens up in a new window. Preferably, if I had a website and I'm linking to an external site, I want it to open up in a new window because I want them to be able to get back to my website easily. I don't want to really lose the traffic, so I have it open in a new window. That's my preferences. You could have any other preferences. There are other things that you can put in the target depending on if you're using frames or not. You can have it opening in this frame or in another frame top, all using this target thing. I'm not going to have a look at that at the moment because you've got quite enough to look at the moment when you really think about learning it. And anyway, to be honest, you're not really probably going to be designing websites in HTML. You'll be using either front page, which although is quite good, does throw out quite a lot of rubbish into the code, unnecessary code, which if you've got slower internet connections can take a long time to download the page. Not as efficient. And then we have Dreamweaver, which is a lot more efficient, which is probably used by most companies. However, yet again, it's not as efficient as coding it yourself, but then again, nothing will be. But as I've already said, you're not going to do this by hand, I imagine, because it's too tedious and laborious. You're going to be using something like Dreamweaver or Front Page. so you don't need to really worry about this. As long as you can understand the code that's generated, that's all we're really trying to achieve. So whenever you see the target, it means you're targeting your new page to open up somewhere, and if that's in frames, as I've said, we'll cover that at a later date. Finally, you may be thinking, well, that's all very well and good, I know how to create a link now. How about if I wish to create an image that I click on? Sorry, I have an image that I click on and that's a link. Well, it's really simple, and I'll show you. I'm going to copy all this code for our link and paste it right below. Oops, there's it. Paste it right below. I'm just going to put a line break in with using that tag. Now here, where we've got click me, where the text normally goes, you just put an image in. That's all it is. So we put a tag, and it's the image tag, and then we go src and we set where it is. And I know it's in images, and I can't even spell images correctly now. I'm just going to my images file. It's in images, there we go, and it's called Mario Strikers.jpg, like so. Save, refresh, and then you can see if I can click on this one to go to there, or I can click on that one to go to the same page. Again, preferably I need to, oops, and one thing I did forget to do is close the image off, and I'm going to go that the width, all my spelling is going to pot at the moment, is going to be set to 400 pixels. And then if I reload the page up, this is links, there we go, you'll see that it works rather nicely just there. I'm going to click on this and have it load up like so. And that's really all there is to do with linking images and so on and so forth.